Hello and welcome to the 50th ever episode of the 11 o'clock waffle. To commemorate this special occasion, we bring you a super special show. We have not one, not two, but all three waffle champions with us. Not only that, but they have each brought along a special guest to make this the first ever Waffle Tag Team of Terror special. So let's meet them. First up, our Series 1 champion. 8 wins and 17 appearances have earned this man the reputation he so richly deserves. Please welcome the mighty ponytail of Edgar Duncan.
Hello!
Hello, welcome to the 50th special, Ed. How are you?
I'm good, and so is my ponytail. We're ready to roll.
Okay, Emma, we understand you've got a guest with you this week?
I do indeed. Shall I introduce?
Yep, fire away.
Okay. She's been my faithful companion and partner for several years now. Please welcome Elizabeth Murray.
Howdy, hey.
Welcome to the show, Elizabeth. Are you excited?
Nervous, but yes, excited too.
It's okay, I think you're in good hands there with Edgar, Series 1 champion. I'm surprised you didn't bring your minion on the show with you.
I was here.
Fantastic stuff. Next up, and the first female champion of the show's history. 4 wins in 7 shows give her the best winning percentage of our champions today. Guaranteed to smack talk all 4 opponents and possibly her own teammate today, it's Jennifer Roberts.
Hey, hello. Hi, Mac.
How are you?
Hello. I'm okay. I think I'm at a disadvantage. I'm actually at an advantage today because I believe unless there's been some really weird developments, I believe I'm the only single champion today. So I've been able to pick the best woman for the job for my partner and not some weird romantic waffle obligation.
Hey, I thought I was your lesbian life partner.
We have been mistaken for lovers before. Slow dancing in clubs for MCR.
I was going to say, we're 2 minutes in already, the smack talk's begun.
This is Courtney, everyone.
Why, hello!
Welcome to the show, Courtney.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Last time I saw you, well, I can just about remember it. There was a lot of alcohol involved.
Yes, there was.
And lastly, our current champion of the waffle. 5 wins in 10 shows give her a 50-50 chance of victory today. It's Emma Preuss. Emma, how are you?
Woo! Glad to be here.
Now, Emma, I'm trying to think possibly who you might have brought on the show as your guest. I can't think of anybody who you would have an alliance with at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was no obvious choice really, was there?
Well, there's Chris Cutting. He lives locally.
Yeah, it's true. Obviously, Jenny was off, despite the fact that obviously she lives in Bristol like me.
And
so yeah, I didn't really know what to go for.
You turned down Chris Stanley's applications as well.
Yeah. No, so in the end I decided that I'd have to utilise the Ahmed effect.
Oh, bloody hell.
And like Edgar, I decided that I would use my partner because I know that in a fight she's the best woman to have in my corner.
Aww. Lucy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Are you ready to rock up the Ahmed effect for another series?
I am. I'm ready for this.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's crack on with the show. So, the rules of our tag team special. The champions act as the role as captains, and they can decide who's going to take the turn. So, question 1 now. And as we began life as a radio show and now exists as a podcast, give me a fact about other radio shows out there, and we'll start with Jenny.
I'm going to build this one, naturally. I've been reading, been Googling, and I found writer and broadcaster Ronald Knox, and he had some programmes on the BBC in 1926. And this was a time of unrest. There were strikes, there was employment. There was the formation of the Communist Party for the first ever time in Britain, and people were expecting things to kick off. So Knox decided to broadcast a satirical hoax news report called Broadcasting the Barricades. And the narrator in this report reported that rioters in Trafalgar Square had strung up a government minister from a lamppost, and that they had bombed the Savoy Hotel and flattened the Houses of Parliament. This is like satirical funny stuff. And it was complete with sound effects. And it was all completely untrue. And because this was 1926, listeners had limited access to information, so authorities were inundated with calls. And there were also about 200 calls to the Savoy saying, well, should we cancel our rooms? You know what's going on? And then it snowed, so the next morning's papers were delayed, and nobody knew what was going on for ages. I don't really know where the satire comes in here. It just sounds like Ronald Knox wanting to be evil and scare everyone. And this was the inspiration for Orson Welles to do radio broadcasts based on War of the Worlds that caused a similar panic.
That's interesting. Okay, we'll cross to Edgar now. Edgar, will you be leading from the front like Jenny?
I will on this occasion, yes. The Cast of Us was a podcast as started by myself and a few friends almost exactly a year ago now. So the fact about it is it grew into a visual game channel from watching what initially started as a podcast about games in general. And it's just grown and grown and grown into a more visual thing. So when we do the podcast for that now, it's all video based. And it's, even the name of that is just based on The Last of Us from Naughty Dog themselves. So my fact's not as political or complicated, but that's what it is.
Excellent stuff. And over to Emma or Lucy, depending on who's wearing the trousers today.
We're both wearing skirts. I'm not quite sure how that one's going to work. I think I'll take this one.
They're better lesbians than you. We're wearing trousers.
We are.
And
They
mine's
tried
got big breasts than Lucy.
They're trying to out-lesbian us.
God damn it.
God damn it.
And we're winning.
Ed, this show could get very interesting if this carries on.
We've been outdyked by the straight girls.
Oh, bloody hell.
Right, I'm going to take this one. And I decided to go for the longest marathon hosting of a radio talk show. And this was an internet show, and the team kept it going for 52 hours straight.
Why?
This was in Turkey, in Istanbul, and it was in 2012. And it was Turkish DJs, Senk and Erdem, and the whole crew consisted of 30 people, including all the stewards and technicians and production people, and was organised by an ad agency for Nescafe, which is a little bit weird. Maybe the idea was that it would show you how long the coffee would keep you going. But I think that's quite impressive, and knowing the work that goes into keeping this podcast going for just a short show, I think that's pretty crazy that they kept going that long.
Blimey. 52 hours, I mean, we struggle at 5.5.
Maybe we should try and beat that.
Yeah. Comic relief on Friday, why not?
I want to know how that broadcast ended. Did people just pass out on the controls?
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe it just, yeah.
They
They
just
all
gave
slowly
up.
fell asleep. That was the end.
I like to imagine it got to the point where it became more and more manic. They're like, we've got to do this. We've got to do this.
So coffee all over the control board. There's just a loud buzzing sound.
People screaming. I need my caffeine!
I don't think the issue is they need more caffeine. They probably had too much. They probably got all jittery and crazy and then stabbed half the production team.
They're all vibrating.
The show just ended in a bunch of vibrating sounds.
Maybe we could end this show that way.
On to question 2 now, and the first of one of our special ones on this 50th special of the show. Drink every time I just said special there. If this was your answer, what was the question? We will now give our champions a answer they gave on a previous show. The champion will then have to answer what the actual question was. So, going in order of championship title, Edgar, you're up first. Your answer was...
And he goes, it sounds like Coke. He takes a whiff of it. He goes, it smells like Coke. And then he drinks it and goes, but it tastes like chicken. Can't believe I said that.
I can believe you said that.
What a fool I was. That's a series 1 thing.
That's a marketing tagline and a half. It's a good slogan.
It's, I don't know. Series 1, episode... a billion. Series 1, episode 12, I don't know. I don't even know what the question would be.
Series 1 had time travel, so You went to the future for episode billion.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be an improv round in series 1.
It was actually series 2, Ed.
I don't remember.
Series 2 final. The question was facts about Danny Dyer.
Never mind, darling.
And you answered that Danny Dyer did an advert for Coca-Cola.
Oh, yes, he did, yeah. That's right, the air refrigerator. That was such a stupid advert.
It should have been you doing it, Ed.
Yeah, it should be.
No points for Edgar there. On to Jenny now. And your answer was...
And it kind of ended on, and everything was fine. I wanted more trauma than that, if I'm honest.
But what was the question?
I don't know, Matt. There have been so many great answers from me. The first thing that comes to mind is something to do with the Hunger Games. Oh, that does sound like something I'd say about most things. Was it a recommendation based on something else? Something in Series 3? I think I might have been talking about Battle Royale and the Hunger Games, not traumatic enough.
Not quite. The correct answer, and you'll kick yourself, because it involves Karla.
Oh, well, when does not involve Karla? I involve Karla, Karla involves me.
The question was, what other disappointing climaxes have there been? And you were talking about Harry Potter 7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Karla, teen fiction, teenagers killing each other.
The links are obvious when you think about it.
I did actually watch Battle Royale the other week, and it's fantastic. It's so much better than Hunger Games.
Isn't it just?
So many more dead teenagers.
Okay, Emma, chance to carve out a bit of a lead here if you get this one right. Your answer was...
We're trying to rake in that giant cheese.
Oh, I know this one.
I know this one.
Yeah. Oh, I know what answer I was giving, but I can't remember what it was. It was, I think it's second series, and it was a question, something about fooling people or tricking people, and my answer was the story, the very famous story in Wiltshire about the Moonrakers trying to hide their smuggled goods in a pond and being caught raking the barrels out and telling the customers and excise men that they were trying to rake the reflection of the moon out of the pond because the moon had fallen in the pond and they were trying to rescue it. And the customs and excise men just went, oh, useless peasants, and carried on, and then everyone in Wiltshire had a party and got drunk off a load of smuggled goods.
Yeah, that was the answer. What was the question?
Oh, I don't know. It was something about fooling people and tricking people, I think. But I can't think what the question was.
The question? You throwing in the towel?
Oh, go on, I can't remember it.
Greatest smuggler of all time.
Damn it! Oh.
But no bonus points after that. Dear, dear, dear. Question 3 now. This year it is the 50th anniversary of Universal Studios, even though they've been around for over 100 years. They're advertising a massive thing of being the 50th anniversary. I'm not really sure how that works. So give me a fact or story about the famous filmmaking studio. And we'll go to Edgar.
I think I will let Liz answer this one.
Oh, very well then. Universal Studios, not just about movies. They created a game division in the early 90s to sell many, many video games licensed not only on their movies, but they sold other pitch games such as our much beloved Crash Bandicoot. Of course, Crash would often feature as a big dancing mascot at their resort park, and back in the late 90s this was. Of course, these days, Universal Interactive, it's known as Vivendi Games, I believe, which is now under the umbrella of Activision, best known for their Call of Duty franchise.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, darling. I tried my best.
Fantastic answer there. Liz, you're probably better than Ed.
Oh, I'm sure I'm not, really.
Wait till we get to the improv round, that's Ed's favourite bit. Okay, we'll cross to Emma. Are you stepping up again, or are you going to let Lucy in?
I think Lucy can do this one.
Okay, so so the first and original Universal Studios tourist attraction, what started out as a simple studio backlot tour, has evolved into obviously the amusement park that everyone knows. But the studio backlot tour actually started in 1964, with tickets just being sold out of a trailer near to the backlot. And the tour was approximately 90 minutes and featured a stop at the studio. You get a makeup demonstration and things like that. And then there was other features added later on, like animal shows, stunt shows, special effects. And then there was a flash flood thing that was added, a special effect thing that happened which was added in 1968. So yeah, they've got lots of touristy kind of like tours that happen and stuff.
But it started out pretty tiny.
Okay, that's very good. And Jenny.
I think I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Courtney. She's raring to go.
Alfred Hitchcock didn't win any Academy Awards while working with Universal Studios. In The Birds, Tippi Hedren was actually cut on the face by a bird during filming. That is my fact.
Wow.
Ooh.
Pretty good. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the first round of the show. On 7 points, Edgar and Liz, with Jenny and Courtney. Narrowly ahead on 8, it's Emma and Lucy.
Yay!
Time for a battle royale.
In a battle royale situation, who would win?
Jenny.
Jenny would.
our
Definitely
100th
Jenny.
episode. I think anyone who's
Yeah.
watched March of the Waffle will realise Jenny is winning that.
She's small, but she'd use it to advantage and hide, and I think she could ambush people pretty well.
Well, her throats would be slit without a 7.
I think she'd go for the eyes.
I'd land on people.
I can imagine her jumping out of a tree. This little black flailing Jenny, and then land on people and kill them.
I just lie there and cover myself in mud until it was all over, to be honest.
So your comic book fluid.
Well, also, it would depend what we got in a battle royale situation, wouldn't it? Because obviously the weapons are distributed randomly.
Waffle makers.
Are we all going to have waffle makers?
You can burn people pretty badly with those.
You could use waffles.
In a forest with no power?
You could use the waffles.
You can get portable plug things now that
Would you have one of those?
Yeah.
Keep one of them about your person on a
Yes.
daily basis?
Yes, I do.
Swing it around like a morning star.
What are those throwing ninja star things?
Sure,
You could just smash it around your head.
Yeah, you could have those, but like in the shapes of waffles.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Better off picking up a rock.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Be a rock.
Let's move on to question 4. And following on from Universal Studios, if you were to lead a tour of the Waffle, where would you take people and what would you show them? And we'll cross to Emma and Lucy.
I think that it would have to be the Tremo Media Centre and the recording studio there, because that's where the Waffle all began. And it would have to be the starting point because, yeah, that's the starting point of the Waffle. There's a lot of good memories there and a lot of famous or infamous episodes.
At that time, Edgar got down on the ground.
At that time, Edgar got down on the ground.
Yeah. We'd also go round to the other recording studio that we used for the Christmas special as well, show them that one too.
That was such a nice studio.
It was a nice studio.
I didn't get to go to the nicest studio.
It was it was massive. Like compared to where we did the show, where we were just sat on each other's laps. Like we could spin around on chairs. We could throw stuff around. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you not like sitting on laps?
That was the whole reason I started doing the Waffle.
But I like
Yeah.
spinning chairs more.
Oh, well, I quite liked getting up close and personal with all the other wafflers. And it was so hot in there, we had to take our clothes off all the time. It was
I know,
great.
it was great. Get to sit on Mac's lap at
Yeah.
the show.
That's why Lucy won so many. And it's also where the Ahmed effect was born, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Oh, it's my answer now. Just stretch and lean forward over the desk. Ed, where would you do your tour?
I would give people a tour of the magical 16-bit studio that was used in the Gamer Special. Because that's the studio we aspire to have, what we have in our minds. It's like 2 desks either side with all these chairs, and then you with your own little desk at the front of a massive screen that shows things that we're talking about. And of course I'd show the clip of Tony as well, which I call...
Wouldn't Tony actually be there, chained up in a corner?
Yes.
50 Shades of Gale.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Okay, and Jenny and Courtney.
Well, if I were to lead a tour of the Waffle, I'd take people to the portrait gallery and show them the oil paintings of the 3 champions. And then we go to the champagne room where it all kicks off and we'd all get down on the ground. And but I also think the Waffle documentary is probably the most educational thing I've ever seen. So I'd show that to anyone and also recommend any episode with Laws or Chris Stanley. It's only very, very special people I'd take to the champagne room. Exclusive tickets.
That's the expensive VIP bit.
Yeah.
See, the new studio here where I am now, it actually has like a green room because we've got a green sofa bed.
A sofa bed isn't a room, Mac.
Well, it's in the room. We've got an apple green lampshade as well. It's colour coordinated.
Do you have a bowl of fruit and some bottled water?
I have a bottle of...
Has any of the Waffle guests ever been there for the Waffle?
Do you have a bowl of M&Ms with all the red ones taken out?
Are they just the green M&Ms?
A row of bowls of various different colours of M&Ms.
We do,
That have
actually.
been painstakingly separated by your minions.
No, but I can please you because we've got a bottle of Cornish ketchup in the cupboard downstairs.
Is your Cornish ketchup green?
No, it's red. Surprisingly, it's not gone off yet.
White. Racist.
Right, number 5. And we're moving to our true or false round now, a little bit earlier than normal, but on our true and false round this week, the champions will present a fact about their guest, which the other teams need to decide whether is true or false. Points will be awarded in the manner as always. So, Ed, Series 1 champion, what is your fact about Liz?
So, Lenny Henry launched himself at Liz when she was 3 years old down a tiny slide. Liz is now terrified of Lenny Henry as a result.
If that is true, we are really sorry to be laughing at your fear.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not. But I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Oh God, I've started the endless loop of being English and apologising for everything.
Okay. Jenny, what's your facts about Courtney?
Courtney's ex-boyfriend once appeared on the Jeremy Kyle show.
Okay, and Emma, what do we know about Lucy? Or what have you made up about Lucy?
Lucy once managed to knock out a small child in a karate class. It was actually okay because she was also a small child and she just managed to flail and hit him in the head and he fell over. But she was so embarrassed that she never went back.
Okay, so we've got a fear of Lenny Henry, an ex-boyfriend on Jeremy Kyle, or Lucy knocking out small children at a karate club. Jenny and Emma, Lucy and Courtney, which do you think Lenny Henry's true or false?
Courtney, what do you think? Are we allowed to confer?
Yeah, of course.
I'm torn. It seems too good to be true. It does seem like something he'd do.
I just can't conceive it actually being true.
Okay, I'll go with Courtney's answer because I'm on the fence. So I'm going to go with false.
Okay, Emma and Lucy?
I don't know. It's a wonderfully ridiculous story. I kind of want it to be true. I'm going to say true.
Okay, decision made. The ex-boyfriend of Jeremy Kyle. Ed and Liz, what are you thinking?
You know, I'm going to go with true,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Emma and Lucy?
Oh, I don't know. It's a tough one.
That could be
What do you think, Lucy?
true. We're going to go with true.
Okay, and the Karate Kid knockout. What do you guys think?
I think it sounds a little bit too much like something that Lucy might do. I think it's perfectly plausible. What do you think, Courtney?
So I think it sounds quite logical. If you're a small child, you tend to just sort of flail and run around like a mad person anyway.
It does sound like something Emma would make up about Lucy, though.
Yeah.
See, I've never met Lucy's
right.
mum, but I can't see her letting Lucy
Emma
do
isn't
karate.
lady way. I'm leaning towards false.
I'll go with your answer.
Okay, I will give that one being false as well.
Okay, Ed and Liz?
We're kind of struggling with whether this is true or false ourselves, but we've gone for true with this one.
Yeah.
True. Okay, so let's find out about the fear of Lenny Henry. Liz, is that true?
The Premier Inn adverts give me flashbacks. Yes, it is true.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a point to Emma and Lucy there. The Jeremy Kyle show, was your ex-boyfriend on there, Courtney?
Well, frankly, we're offended that just because you think we're from Western Supermare, that we all go and Jeremy Kyle.
See,
However, it is in fact true.
Yay!
Okay, so that's a point.
Can we ask what the story was?
No.
Of the show? Too
may not.
terrible.
Is it Googleable?
No.
What would you Google? Courtney's ex.
It's worth a crack.
Courtney agreed to use this story provided we didn't have to talk about it.
Okay, let's move on. Lucy, did you knock a kid out of karate as a child?
No, I didn't. So it's false.
I knew
She's
your mum
never
wouldn't sign you up for
done karate.
I went to ballet. I was, yeah.
That's where you met Freya, right?
Yeah, I met Freya at ballet.
Ed, how
knock
could you...
someone out, Alan?
Swap.
I went to ballet as a kid, and I went to 2 sessions, and then I fell over, and then I refused to go again.
Bless you.
Oh. That's so cute.
Were you still the tallest one in the class at the time as well?
I was, yeah, and my feet were too big for them to give me ballet shoes.
Oh.
Oh, it was traumatic.
I once tied one of my ballet shoes to my dress really, really tightly in a knot, and the teacher was really cross with me. And she couldn't undo it. That's the difference between you and me, Emma.
Okay, so with the bonus scores there, that makes it a very interesting round as we move on to question 6. And what other great 50ths have there been? Jenny and Courtney.
Well, last year was the 50th anniversary of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Up until the last minute, the Oompa Loompas were known as Whipple Scrumpets. True
Wow.
story.
Brilliant.
Julie Dawn-Cole, who played Veruca Salt in the film, is now a child psychotherapist, and Peter Ostrom, who played Charlie, is now a big animal vet in New York State.
What, for the film?
From the film, yeah.
Blimey. I can't believe that's 50 years old.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
So good.
I think the book is 50, and the other facts are from the film.
Okay, that's cool though.
Yeah.
And I love the film Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so bonus points. Ed and Liz.
Okay, I'm going to go for this one. Personally, we've picked the 50th episode of The Simpsons, a nice little Series 2 number called Homer Alone. Basically, the plot was Marge gets sick of and tired of running around after her kids and her husband all the time, and she goes on a break while mayhem is rife at the Simpsons household, right down to Bart and Lisa having to rub Aunt Patty's feet. And as now I am an adult, I can identify with this episode so much. And I don't even have children.
Good stuff there. Okay, and Emma and Lucy. I wonder what Lucy's gone for.
No, I was going to say the obvious answer for me to say is Doctor Who, but actually we've got another little fact for you. This is a record-breaking one. The largest waffle weighs 50 kilograms and was created in the Netherlands in 2013. And yeah, it was huge. It has a diameter of 2.47 metres.
Blimey, that is
Of course,
one big waffle.
That's one massive waffle. We could share it out between all 7 of us.
We could share that
But when they
out
get the
between
munchies.
all the guests ever.
50-kilogram waffle.
Yep.
I think we should have one of those when we have the grand waffle reunion, you know, in the champagne room.
You'd need a lot of maple
heavier
syrup
than
for
me.
that. How
You would
much
need a lot of maple
syrup would you
syrup.
need for a 50-kilogram waffle?
few,
Bottles.
quite a few bottles.
I would guess
That's
it's
how big
50
the bottles
bottles.
are.
Okay, and before we
Yeah.
lose all of our listeners to the shops to buy waffles and maple syrup, we shall move to the scores. At the back on 20, it's Ed and Liz.
Yay!
On 21, it's Emma and Lucy.
Woo!
But in the
The
lead on
owls now.
22, it's Jenny and Courtney.
Yeah, 22. I thought we'd been damaged a bit in the true or false.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to know.
Okay, time to plug the Facebook, Twitter and YouTube pages. Just search 11 O'Clock Waffle and all of those, and subscribe, add, tweet, like, whatever. And you'll get all the latest news about behind the scenes of the show's history. If you sign up to the fanzine, page 3, Ahmed special every week. Question 7 now. In order to keep the show fresh, who would you ban from ever appearing again, and who would you replace them with? I think we'll leave the Queen of Evil Jenny to last, so we'll go to Emma and Lucy.
Okay, yeah, I think Emma's going to answer this one.
This could get very awkward depending on Emma's answer.
She's like, I don't want to say.
The problem was that I just obviously had Lucy suggesting that we replace everyone with David Tennant, but
But then we think we're going to replace our person with Tina Fey eventually. We just need to decide who we want to replace Tina Fey, like get replaced with Tina Fey.
the problem is that there's no one that I'd want to replace on there without it being really awkward, because obviously the show's full of people that I really like. It's difficult.
I don't have these problems.
Right, I'm going to say an answer, and yeah, I'm going to replace. I don't know. I'm going to replace. I'm going to replace. I won't say Jenny because she will come and kill me.
No, maybe we should replace her. Then we'd lose the competition.
Yeah, okay, we'll replace Jenny and replace her with Tina Fey.
That will keep Mac happy and remove one of our biggest rivals.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Not till she hunts you down.
Yeah.
Remove me from the waffle, perhaps. Not from your life. Short as they will be.
You may take my waffle, but you'll never take my freedom. Okay, Ed and Liz. Plenty of time there to think about who you're going to kick off.
To be honest, it's got to be myself. I think because I've been on it so many times and so long now, I think it's worth replacing myself with a Duke Nukem soundboard.
I like it.
So I can finally kick ass and chew bubblegum and swear at everything, and that's what I think. Either that or Dr. Neo Cortex soundboard. It's got to be a soundboard, but Duke Nukem, I think, replacing me.
That would be pretty cool. Okay, so we'll cross now to Jenny and Courtney. Who are you banning from the waffle?
I like that you called me the Queen of Evil, Mac, for reasons other than the obvious. Because I realised today that all the waffle champions have played royalty in Feckle's plays. You've got the Duke, the Duchess, and Queen Titania. So by that logic, Chris Cutting has to go. He's very entertaining. He played King Barry in Weird Sisters, so he's a threat. A championship would do Chris good, like on a personal level, because he frankly needs a boost of confidence. He's a very shy and retiring young man. Lanka and Athens must unite and oust the usurper, and replace him with some commoner.
I like it.
Hang on, we know who played one of the commoners.
Yeah, who are we replacing him with?
I just wrote some commoner in my notes. I don't think that's
commoner.
fine.
Common.
Who cares?
Any commoner.
Just
Who
going
else
to
is in
pick someone
Feckles?
off the streets. Who else is in Feckles? Who's played a commoner?
Well, Lucy played
no,
every
wait.
bearded man
Wait,
role in
no.
Feckles.
Not Shrub,
Shrub.
because he got the crown in the end, didn't he? Spoilers.
I was going to say Shrub was also a prince, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
technically royalty.
Yeah.
We've never had Anna on the show. You could put Anna in.
Yeah.
We could.
Sorted. Wonderful. So Ed's no longer appearing. We've got a Duke Nukem soundboard.
Hello?
We're getting rid of Jenny. but Jenny's going to kill Lucy and Emma, so Jenny will be back. And Cutting needs to leave for his self-confidence. Is that right? Brilliant. Let's move on. Question 8. Hypothetically, as this is our 50th special, hypothetically speaking, what questions will be asked on show 100 of The Waffle? Ed and Liz.
I think it will become a very grown-up adult discussion about mortgages, kids and marriages. It would be a radio-based futuristic Loose Women with some men.
Loose men.
Loose men and women.
So the
Equality.
Loose people.
Yeah, loose people. So what would the questions specifically be? Like,
Well, marriage advice, of course, and mortgage advice, where to get the best rates from, where is the best place for your...
would just be like middle-aged.
Well, yes, middle-aged with mortgages, kids and marriages. Well,
Fantastic. Okay, Jenny and Courtney, what questions will be on show 100?
We have. This week, all television broadcast was finally cut off. What great TV shows do you remember from before the disaster?
What will we do when the water runs out?
And finally, is anyone out there still alive?
Isn't that just a Mitch and the Webb nuclear holocaust sketch?
Yeah, I might have stolen that a little bit.
The event.
We don't know what the event is. We do not remember the event, but there was an event. Okay, Emma and Lucy, show 100.
We worked out that we've done about 50 shows in about 5 years. Is that right? So we're thinking about 5 years down the line. The questions are probably going to be exactly the same, and that's because if Mac's in charge, there'll be questions about sci-fi and football, even if nobody else is still watching those things. But also, I think there'll probably be a few sort of futuristic-y kind of things that are going on. It'll be 2020, you know, some stuff's going to happen.
By then the science fiction won't all be fiction.
We'll have hoverboards and everything.
And we'll play hover football.
And you'll be asking us about questions about, you know, how does our hoverboard work? And what tricks can Tony do on it?
Okay.
Basically, we want hoverboards.
I can't see Tony getting on board with newfangled stuff. He'll go straight back to the penny farthing or something as an act of rebellion.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being keen on a hoverboard, to
Tony
be
would be
honest.
hanging around with the kids with their hoverboards, like, yeah, but look at my wheels. Look at my wheels on my skatey grind.
I have a skatey grind. Is that what they're calling? Is that what they're calling them now? The skatey grinds.
Can I just say, I'm down with the kids. I own a pair of Vans now.
Okay.
I mean, they've got Star Wars on them, but they're still a pair of Vans.
That's cool. Oh, you'll probably be asking us questions about like the 13th or 15th or 16th Star Wars film that's just about to come out after all the new ones that they're doing.
Yeah.
Fashionable they are.
With the release of the 16 Star Wars, what other franchise have been killed by being dragged out too long?
What
And then we'll
parts
be
of my
quoting the
childhood?
87th Pirates of the Caribbean and several others. So there'll have been 50 Star Treks by then, you know.
Call of Duties there'd be. Huh.
There still will be Biggles the Bear saved a child from a fire this week. Other stories of animal heroics.
Of course.
So after 8 questions, that brings us towards the very exciting final round. And the scores are thus. On 28, it's Emma and Lucy. 29, Ed and Liz. And on 30, it's Jenny and Courtney.
Yeah,
So-
plagiarism works.
Woo!
The final round sees us return to our improv round of Series 1. Captains will nominate who takes part for their team. A statement will then be given to the selected contestant, who will have 30 seconds to argue in favour of that statement. And as with the olden days of scoring, 5 points for the one I deem to be the best response, then 3 points, then 1 point. So everything to play for at this time. As Jenny is in the lead, you can pick the running order.
I think I'll go first, then Lucy and Emma, and then Edgar and Liz.
Okay, this is confusing because it's Lucy and Emma, so I've got EL, and then Edgar and Liz, which is EL.
You can use EE if you want.
Or Orange.
Yes.
Ed and Liz, have you signed up for product placement with Orange this week?
You know, it's become a running joke with us over the past 3 years because we have 2 branches of EE in Cannock. Why we have 2 branches, nobody knows.
We also actually both use the...
We do, yeah. So it really is just ours.
Okay, right, so Jenny, are you going to take part of the improv or are you handing over to Courtney?
I'm going to tackle this one, I think.
Okay. I'd like to say thank you to Chris Stanley for helping me out with these. They're incredibly dark. So 30 seconds to defend the following statement. Karla Smith is the inspiration in my life.
Karla is pretty much all that keeps me going. I sometimes can't sleep because I think about Karla, and I went on this kind of monologue in London the other day about how the way I feel about Karla, I have a pair of earrings and I got them in Camden and they're shell and they're very delicate and very beautiful, but I like to press them. And I'd be gutted if one broke because I love these earrings, but I just want to break them. And so I just squeeze them between my fingers. And that's the way I feel about Karla. she's just so fragile and so lovely, and I just like to press her.
Okay,
and that's what keeps me going.
It's a very strong start there. Team Emma, or Team Ahmed Preuss rather. Who are you putting forward?
I think I'm going to tackle this one.
You're going to tackle it? Oh, it's a shame I've got such a good one for Lucy.
Oh no.
Okay, Emma. Your statement is, I intend to raise my children in the best part of the southwest. Devon.
I have decided that I'm going to raise my children in the best part of the southwest, which is Devon, purely to spite Lucy, because I cannot imagine anything funnier than her having to see her children born in Devon. It would break her. And as much as I think it could damage our relationship, the hilarity would be worth it. I would also teach our children that pasties have to be crimped across the top, and that all cream teas should have the cream and then the jam on top. And it would be worth it just to watch this mess with her a little bit every day.
Okay.
She's broken just thinking about it.
I'm actually nearly crying at the thought of this.
Okay, I imagine Ed and Liz are sat there feeling incredibly awkward about what they potentially have to argue next.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not gonna lie, we've just had a sign language conversation in which, yeah, we have expressed our panic.
Okay. Oh, Ed. You'll go next. Are you going to go or are you going to let Liz tackle this?
Liz.
Me? Take me!
Okay.
Not him!
So Liz, you have to defend the statement. I'm tired of Edgar's vulgar ponytail and I wish he'd just cut it off.
Oh no!
You know what I hate more than Edgar's ponytail? Nothing. That's how much I hate his ponytail. When he sleeps at night, I walk into his room and hold up a pair of scissors and I just look down at him and go, how improved our relationship would be if I just flushed that ponytail down the toilet. So when I stand there and hold, and I just look at him sleeping, but I can't do it. And yet it just ruins my life. So much shampoo, he keeps stealing mine. I can't wash my own hair. I go to work with greasy hair. And they point at me and they go, there goes Elizabeth, the girl with no hygiene because her boyfriend keeps stealing her shampoo. How is married life going to be like? Think about that one, Ed. Think about
it. That was amazing.
And I'm still thinking about Lenny Henry, damn it. I'm still upset.
Oh, they're all so good. They never used to be this good. We should just make them up.
I think.
What are you doing over there, Mac?
Oh, those were brilliant. Okay, I shall compose maybe I should have some more rum. Maybe that'll help.
Out of curiosity, what would you have asked the rest? What would you have asked Courtney, Lucy, and Edgar?
So Edgar's was, I only proposed to Liz because it's not yet legal to marry one's ponytail.
You should be very glad you didn't go for that one. In my fragile state. Come on.
Courtney's was, I'm going to make Jennifer change her surname to Murtaugh so that we can be Riggs and Murtaugh in homage to Lethal Weapon. And Lucy's, of course, was I trade a lifetime of Emma for one night of passion with David Tennant.
What was that noise?
That was excitement.
That was me getting excited.
The problem is, I worry that this is true.
That wouldn't even be like indefensible for Lucy.
You wouldn't be hard for you to argue that.
I'm sorry. I did actually just like kind of gasp at that thought.
That's it. We're bringing our children up in Devon.
No!
Relationships
for that.
forever damaged.
Oh.
You're turning us all against each other. Evil. Couple against couple. Me against Karla, imagine that.
That would just be cruel. You'd just be really mean to her and then she'd apologise to you.
When
Isn't that going
when
to
would
be
I ever be?
the lesbian version of 50
Karla.
Shades, Jenny and Karla?
No, because that's cruel to whoever you're saying is Christian Grey, surely.
Oh, I wonder who.
Yeah. I wonder who in Jenny and Karla's relationship is the Christian Grey.
Karla's read it, not me.
Oh, we should probably have the
Karla did
scores
fill me
anyway. On 31 points at the back, it's Jenny and Courtney.
Seriously?
What the hell?
What about my shell metaphor?
On 32 points, it's
Karla's
Ed
gonna get
and
it for
Liz. And just pipping ahead at 33 for her clear anger at trying to ruin Lucy's life. Emma and Lucy on 33.
Whoa! I didn't think that was going to be us. I really didn't.
Oh,
Devonian children.
No!
well, that has been our 50th show, and I hope you've laughed as much as we have. We shall be back in a few weeks with the start of Series 4, where we have one guest confirmed, if anybody would like to guess who it is.
Chris Stanley!
Correct.
Yeah!
So, thank you to Ed and Liz. Liz, will you be coming on the show independent of Ed in future?
I'd love to. I've really enjoyed it.
There goes Ed's seat. Courtney, will you come back?
I need to defend my honour and actually maybe win next time, so I'll definitely be back.
It's alright,
I promise to win.
we'll get you on one with Karla.
I feel that now Lucy's been on here, that maybe she should go on the main series.
What, and try and win the series?
Yeah, I'm going to try and get champion of season 4. Yeah.
3 times the bridesmaid, never the bride. Stop keeping her waiting, Emma.
And we're working on it, damn it.
Waffle proposal.
Woo!
So, thank you to our guests. Subscribe on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. And we'll be back shortly with Live and Let Waffle, Series 4. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
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 Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
And then... and then...
Hello.